Hello and welcome to my review of the 2016 remake of Downfall. If you're new here, welcome. If you're interested in a whole playthrough of the game, I do have one on the channel. But yeah, we're done. We're gonna do a quick little review for the game. I loved it. If you didn't watch the gameplay, I thought the cat lady was excellent. I thought this was excellent too. It really vibes with me. Like it really is right up my alley. Just before we get into just because my final episode of Downfall, it didn't really feel like a final episode. I mentioned it in the beginning from a post edit, but I was expecting to do another episode just because I didn't know the game was based on a point system. I thought it was more of a choices matter system. So I didn't really want to go through the whole game again for the other endings. But no, I thought, the normal ending we got was good. Like surprisingly good. I thought it was gonna be worse from the choices we made because I made some pretty dumb choices. But yeah, if you're like, oh, did you see the other endings? I didn't get them myself, but I did watch them just because I was interested in what they were. The good ending where you get the perfect score was like, it was good. It was the same ending that we got plus Ivy lived and they both ran away together. I kind of like both of the endings like kind of equally, to be honest, because I kind of like the normal ending just because it's kind of more fitting for the game. Didn't really expect like a happy ending from this game, and it kind of made sense like as an end to Joe's journey to have like this, to finally have like a peace of mind, yet it's not actually like good what happens to him. But no, the true ending, or I don't know if it's the true ending, but the good ending's also good because, you know, seeing everyone happy. And the bad ending's like a meme, but like in the best way possible. Obviously it's not as fitting as the other two endings, but if you're like a fan of the series, it is really funny seeing Susan become a psychopath. Um, but yeah, endings were great. Sorry I didn't do them on the channel. I'm just way too lazy to go through the game again. But it is a great game. So what are some good points about it? I like the world. I think after playing through two of the games, you kind of get a handle on the world. I mean, it's a modern world, but it's more like the elements of death and supernatural. I guess it's more like a modern fantasy world. You have a good understanding of that, and I just get very immersed in it. I liked Joe. I did like Joe. It might be surprising. I thought, because I can understand why people wouldn't like him, because he's not exactly a good person. But I totally understand him, dude. If someone sees their brother get blown up by a grenade in front of their eyes, and then see their mother commit suicide and their dad, I think, committed suicide too, like you literally can't blame someone for not recovering. Just one of those is like enough for me to be like, I'm sorry, bro. But like I I liked Joe. I like characters like that are broken, and even by the end of the series, even with the normal ending, while he's not completely fixed, the fact that he does find peace of mind is really cool to me. Story wise, I thought was pretty good. I thought, I'm just gonna be comparing it to the cat lady because they're both part of the same series. I thought it was a bit scarier than the cat lady. I think it might also be because you were you're playing as Susan and the cat lady. Two very different characters. Both broken characters, but Susan was way more of a badass, while Joe feels, less badass. Obviously, like Susan has death on her side, while Joe's just a crazy guy. But yeah, I thought this was a little scarier. I don't know if this is better than the cat lady. My initial gut feeling is I think I like the cat lady a little bit more than this, but I guess I'll need to think about it like for a couple months and see where I'm at after a couple months, because that's the true test. Um, by the way, I'm so happy I got to play this because it wasn't actually the plan to play it this Halloween. Because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot. It was like a backup. Well, it wasn't even a backup plan. After my first plan didn't work, I looked through my library. I'm like, oh my god, why am I not playing Downfall? But yeah, I like the story. I like sad, crazy stories. Like, it's not really a horror game. It's just, I mean, it kind of is. It's more like horror elements because it's not as jump scary. There definitely are some, but I think it's a good amount. Also the game itself is just very artistic, which I like medium. I'm not exactly like a super artsy guy, but I'm more interested in the fact that it's very movie like. Obviously, like, I'm not saying that like you don't play a lot, because you do play through the game like all the time. But like just the angles and stuff, and it's kind of the nature of an adventure game. I'd put this game in like the realm of point and click games. Obviously, this one uses the keyboard, but I guess just because it's like a side scrolling game with many different like scenes you transition to when um they can do angles more, because like for three, I don't know if this is coming across right, but like in 3D games you can't really do angles. I think they did it for like PS1 games where it's like hard locked into angles, but it doesn't feel as good as something like this. And I'm like a really like I haven't played a lot of adventure games, I'll be honest. Like, I played Frambo, which is also an excellent game, by the way, though I do prefer this series a bit more than that. But I didn't really see the same angles. Like, this is a 2D game, but they have all these cool movie scene angles, like even in the cutscenes. Like, even if you go to the prologue, the scene at the construction yard when Robbie was staying with the grenades while Ivy and Joe weren't, how they panned back and forth to when they were talking. It feels like they're incorporating like movie angles into the game, which is really cool because I do love movies. And just in a general sense, it is artistic, trying a lot of new things. I don't know how much was added to this remake, because this game, I think 2009 or something along that lines when it came out. But incorporating the kind of janky 3D, lots of cool transitions. I think the cat lady did it a bit better, but this came technically like it was released after the cat lady, but the cat lady is the newer game, so he probably just developed more as a game designer, which makes me really excited for the third installment of the series to see how much he's changed. But just that stuff just really hits me in a good spot, because like I love that. I do. I adore it. I really I can't stress how much I like this series. It's like maybe not including the main series of the channel, like Higurashi and Rants. I think this is like easily my third favorite series of the channel. And in some ways, did I already say this? Sorry, this is what happens when you record at 1 a.m. In some ways, it is better than the other two. In some ways, it does hit better. So yeah, story was good. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't. I got the part where it's Sophie's probably Ivy. I didn't think the whole hotel was just Joe in his mind though, just because I had this different theory where I thought Sophie was not Ivy, and it was just some other person being haunted by the freaking fat shaming demon thing, and that's why they were kindred spirits, not that they were actually connected. But I was just overthinking theories as per usual. If you know me, I tend to do that. But yeah, story easy to understand. Maybe a bit easier than the cat lady, to be fair. So that's a positive. Again, shorter, but the pacing felt good. I honestly am surprised I only played for 5.5 hours. I thought I played for much longer. So it's good. What else is there? Art style is good. Again, a bit more polished than the Cat Lady, but I liked it. I like it's like they play around with the colors, obviously with the red. Um, it's kind of simple in terms of design of the characters, but I actually think the backgrounds were very well designed. The gore is good. They are good. They're nailing the gore, which I think, even though it sounds easy, I think gore is something you need to properly balance and design, because over goring things can be bad. I mean, it depends on the type of story. Sometimes it's good, right? But in a game that's like 2D and graphically pretty simple compared to most modern games of different genres, it was very effective. There's definitely some parts that got you squeamish. Yeah. Character design. I liked Ivy. I thought Ivy looked cool. um yeah, she's probably my favorite in terms of just appearance. But Aiden, the manageress, yes. It's maybe you wouldn't understand throughout the series. I was kind of memeing about it, but I do like the manageress's design too. Voice acting is great. I love the voice acting. It's kind of like, it sounds kind of weird when you, at least to me, it sounded kind of weird when like you first heard it in the Cat Lady, but again, I think it's just an artistic choice, and like maybe it's actually just like not that weird. But I like it. I think everything's just a deliberate choice, and it's just so awesome to me. Soundtrack, we've been listening to the soundtrack. Big fan. I expected it to be good because the Cat Ladies was also good. Also pretty dense. I didn't really expect it. Like, just according to this YouTube playlist, it's 53 songs long, which is a lot. Few of them stand out. I personally like soundtracks that have some very overpowering, like a lot more overpowering songs, because a lot of soundtracks aim more to blend in, like they're more atmospheric. But I think there's a lot of songs that kind of like took the spotlight in a scene, and it's my type of thing. I know most people probably don't like that kind of soundtrack, just because it might be distracting to the story of the game, but maybe it's because I've read so many visual novels. I have a different opinion on it, but I love the soundtrack so far. I definitely need to give it a full re-listen to, and I probably will. What else? I'm trying to think of everything. I mean, the actual gameplay, we kind of mentioned, it's an adventure game. It's not point and click, but it's basically the same stuff. It's my type of game. I know it's probably not for everyone. Even though I'm like young, I have probably like the game skills of a boomer. I am very bad at video games, reflex wise. If you want to see why, you can check out any of the other horror series that require reflexes. I am really bad at this. So adventure games are honestly my pace. You still get to explore a lot, read a lot, but you usually don't need to be super skilled at gameplay. So I liked it. I thought they did a good job. Do I prefer the control scheme to a point and click? I probably haven't played enough games, and I just not right now because my mouse is actually kind of fucked. But I thought it was fine. Maybe a little hard if you're not used to it, but obviously we were used to it from the Cat Lady, so yeah. Trying to think of more. I want to say more, but like I don't have any more. It's just so good. Do I have any negatives of the game? No. No. Maybe the scoring system's a little weird. I feel like people like just doing it blind will never get the other endings, which is fine actually, but it's more like if you don't use a walkthrough and try to get the other two endings, it honestly be super hard. But we're in an age where that doesn't matter, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, I literally have no problems. I guess maybe the only problem is like this is like at least to me, I felt like before I got into this, I don't know how it got into my mind because I don't really see a lot of advertisements, but I've always heard this was like a prequel to the Cat Lady, but it really isn't. It's literally, I guess it's the thing where it's made before the Cat Lady, but it's literally like actually a sequel to it. So you definitely should play through the Cat Lady first, eh? That would have been a disaster if I chose Downfall before the Cat Lady. I still don't know if all the Cat Lady stuff is part of the remake or is it from the original game. In my mind, I think it's from the original game just because they probably had the Cat Lady in mind while making the game. But it's still like, it's such a good twist at the end. I love the twists. You know, you kind of can expect that the hotel is fake or whatever, Sophie is Ivy. But like when they incorporated Susan, I was like mind blown. But yeah, I'm gushing all over it. If I guess I'll probably just wrap this up. It probably shouldn't be this long. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. I'll definitely answer them. I know this isn't been like too coherent of a review, but I'm usually stuffed. All my reviews are just off the cuff, so. But yeah, literally all positives. Love the game. Loved my playthrough of the game, you know. Got a little spicy at the end when I killed Agnes for the manageress. but you know, I'm probably gonna watch a bunch of people's playthroughs of Downfall on YouTube, and I just have a feeling that no, I feel like no one's actually gonna kill Agnes first. Like maybe they'll do it if they're getting the other endings, but I'm probably the only one who got baited by the manageress. But can you really blame me? But no, yeah, great game. Literally no complaints, and I will definitely play the third game, which name I don't know, but I do own. I literally bought it as soon as I finished the Cat Lady because I knew I was gonna play it eventually. Maybe for next October, maybe earlier than that. We will see. But thank you for checking out this review. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like I said before, if you didn't check out my Downfall playthrough, it's on the channel. And feel free to look through the channel. If you're watching this during October, I do play a lot of horror stuff on October. So there are a good variety of horror games, or you might find something else you like. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and maybe I'll see you again some other time, hopefully. But thank you for spending your time to watch this. Bye bye. Hi, I'm back. I've been recording a lot of reviews, so I just come back to here quickly. You know, sorry for the fake out on the ending. Just because I've been doing it with other reviews, I want to at least mention what is my favorite scene of Downfall. Since I've been doing that with other games, it's hard. It's hard to say. Like I said, I think the ending's actually beautiful, so I'm very happy with the ending. I think the choosing between the manageress and the Agnes scene is always dear to my heart just because of how much of a meme I made that scene. I think it might be a toss-up between those two. I think in terms of kills, I think I mean, the manageress kill is really good, like I said. So maybe that scene should just win. But I also think the bathroom Sophie is a very good kill scene. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that. Thank you. Bye for real. But yeah, thanks for watching again. Bye bye again.